And this reform is taking a very bold and hard decision. For example, you might be hearing from home now in the last few days about fuel prices. But can we help it? Can we develop? You use their good roads there. You see electricity being constant. You see water supply being constant and running. What is the critical path to get us there? If we cannot take hard, painful decisions to pave the way, my own is to provide the leadership that is necessary, and I'm committed to that. It's not all about politics. If you are afraid.
Do you see, if any, from where you sit as an opposition?
You know, listening to him, being, as he described himself, one of the strategy people and blah, blah, blah.
During the campaigns.
You literally, if I were his president, I'll just pack my bag tonight and just leave Aso Rock. Because clearly, even from his own so-called supporter, it's clear that they say he sits up all night doing very little, and the impact is very...
Well, he didn't say he stays up all night and does very little.
There's a phrase in Yoruba that I'll try to translate to you in English. It says that when you don't know the answer to a sum or to the Ifa corpus, that you can stay in the sky all night and all day and he will not do much. If he doesn't sleep at night, and this is what we get, he had better sleep. Look, we have created this democracy by choice. A lot of them, and I too, fought and struggled until we got ourselves into self-rule. Little did we know that a time will come when a supposed Democrat or a democratically elected president in President BOLA TINUBU of his party APC will be so unfeeling, insensitive, mean to the Nigerian people. Between, as at 2015, when they took power, the price of PMS in the country was 79 naira. And the exchange rate was rovering around 199 to the dollar. Can you, in your mind, conceive of what could we have been buying as citizens of this country, apart from their own profligacy and their waste in government, that could have warranted us now having to be paying almost 1,000 in some places, officially over 800, in other places 900, within such a short time? And what could we have been guzzling that would bring our exchange rates from about 200 to the dollar to 1,600? You know what they're doing? They wake up in the morning and say, okay, mirror, mirror on the wall, what else can we do to make the Nigerians extremely angry and make their lives hard? Taxes. Mirror, mirror on the wall, are they crying hard enough? No. Let us add increase in fuel. Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall, is their life miserable enough? Not exactly. Let us increase inflation. That's what they've done. And, you know, with every sense of soberness, because we own this country together and we all love this country, we are forced to scream, lest they wreck the ship of state. Our country has a very large population of unemployed people and a very young population with a median age hovering around 18 or sometimes even less, depending on the stats you are looking at. And if you then imagine what they are contending with, and you see the kind of lackadaisical, wasteful manner, to the extent that you say you are transforming, you are buying jets for yourself, you are buying Escalades bulletproof for yourself, you are spending money like it's going out of fashion, you are doing very gangling and dandling, you are speaking a lot of off-curve conversation. Your spokesperson are just talking for the fact that they are sitting down there and they are getting cheap money from the government. They are speaking against us without really looking at the faces of the people they are meant to be leading. And we say very clearly, this mistake must end soon. The earliest time for its end is the next election. And by the grace of God, if we hold our breath and hold our energy and just manage to survive the ones that are not finished by hunger and starvation and insecurity that has become a major issue in the country,
right,
we will just say, pack your bag and go and never again.
Interesting. But just to point out, when the president or the government buys private jets and fleets, is it a personal property of the president in power?
No, I think
it's state property.
this one, stop that immediately.
No, I'm just asking you because
I'm going to answer you, yes, because when you say,
but I don't need to stop it.
Yeah, just stop it like immediately. When you tell the citizens that life is hard, they have to carry burdens, they don't have enough money to even have a meal or two, you have to even give them palliative, converting the whole country to beggars because we really don't have money, and then all you have to show for your personal comfort are all of those trappings.
I get the point.
If you justify the jet, would you also justify? If you justify the jet, will you justify the Escalade as well? Look,
Mr. Showman, it's not about justifying. I asked you a question. Is it the personal property? Because you said he's buying for himself.
Yeah, and I asked you, he's going to be the one using it.
Okay, great. So,
what's wrong with the car that Buhari rode in? Was that bad for him? Okay, you don't spend government money like that. You don't project that kind of image to the Nigerian people, to a hungry people, to a desperate people, to people that are barely able to survive.
The optics are really wrong.
No, they're not wrong. They're totally bad.
Yes, and we get that point. But can I ask you?
Okay.
Is it fair to blame the current administration entirely for the economic challenges and the security situation, given that some of these issues...
I'm giving you two parameters.
Hold on.
Okay, and this one...
Given that some of these issues, including the fuel subsidy debates and the insecurity, have been building up for years under multiple governments, including when your government was in power, the
Thank
PDP.
you. You know, when you speak this fancy English.
It's not fancy English. It's simple English.
America. Listen, girl.
Simple English.
It's very simple, but just listen. We left this fuel at 97 naira per liter. We left the exchange rate at 199. Let's just call it 200.
Were you paying subsidy?
Of course we were.
Exactly.
And all of that was accommodated in that regime. They've taken over government. They have told us, they have devalued us into poverty. Our money now is $1 to 1,600. Do you even know the full import of that on everything else we do in the country? The fuel from 97 naira, we're now like roving at about 1,000, and we're queuing for days on end. Look, this one. I want to dash them my heart of empathy, but they make it very hard for any sane Nigerian that loves this country to understand what they think they're doing. They claim that they have the best team in the world and they have experts to do key performance evaluation at the beginning. When they said that, and they put Haja Adiza in charge of that, I was saying, okay, these guys are like serious. But you know what? They're so bogey. It's more than 15 months, they've not even been able to do an evaluation.
Hello my people, now welcome back to Local Banger. Now don't see how this matter they go now. Now don't hear within our president waiting in talk for the video now. Now don't see people opinion about waiting in talk now. In talk say you see this country, you know say in the suffer itself, like they sleep because of this country, and we are complaining. So in rather sleep now wetin they talk. In say since they sleep, where we say we still they complain say wetin they do no day where him in rather sleep now, say no faking himself. Now wetin him mean by that be that. And me, I don't even know like wetin they do from all this thing where we say they talk, say okay, they sleep, this one, that one, say they sleep, and never see any good outcome from him where we say they sleep and we still they complain. If you say they do well, do normal, if for no they complain, now wetin me I get to tell una. And in get one particular talk, one particular matter where this man where they see from my screen where him bring. Get wetin in talk about Yoruba people again. Although if you say you be Yoruba, make sure say you skip this part. In say una will be Yoruba, will say una dey against Asiwaju or something like that. I don't know how you take talk, but me I know, and I want make una calm down, watch until the end, make you hear wetin he talk. Now understand, because for this our channel now, we and this thing now they bring, and now we dey against corruption for this our channel. Now why me they bring all the matter we say it concern corruption and all of that. Give now be that anybody we say they do well for this country, we they bring in matter up for here. I will see what they do for this our side. Although before you go play waiting this man and waiting people talk about this matter, I beg, if not today be the first time everything they come across our channel, I beg make you subscribe to our channel so that anytime when we drop any update for this channel, now you go be the first person where they're going to notify. Thank you.
Carry your stone. Shall I repeat myself? I say I have a word for those Yoruba and chorus elements, noise makers who had not achieved as much as Asiwaju Bola Tinubu had achieved, but they are always querying and worrying themselves about his ancestry. His trade users are quick to tell you he's from Iragbiji. That's where Jeff came from. That's where he fled to. Oh, he's from Iragbiji in Osun State. He's not from Lagos State. As if that will resolve the issues that we face today. Please hear me loud and clear. Knowing the name of Asiwaju's biological mother or father or his place of birth cannot put food on the table of the hungry or create jobs for the unemployed and the unemployable. Despite his growing up challenges, the dangers and the detours of his life, he, like Jephthah in the Bible, delivered Lagos State and nearly all the southwest states from the onslaught of the PDP from 1999 to 2007. And truth be told, without his cooperation and political dexterity, the APC victory at the polls in 2015 and 2019 would have been impossible. People, please note that I'm not Asiwaju's brand manager and definitely do not endorse everything you might have read about his present or his past or his lifestyle, his politics or his businesses. His spokesman can do that for him. All I know is that just as every saint has a past, every sinner has a future, and the best of men are still men at the very best. Frankly speaking, I'm not very sure that many of his trade users would have survived if they had gone through the vicissitude of life that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu went through. Therefore,
don't ever believe that a politician is a leader. Don't ever believe that. Because the system that we have produces politicians. It doesn't produce leaders. And so you can have a politician who knows nothing about leadership and he's leading you. Politicians are concerned about the next election. That's all they're interested in. That's why they cannot be leaders. But leaders are different. Leaders are concerned about the next generation. I want you to compare those two thoughts the next time you have a politician come to your house wanting to vie for your vote. Just ask him, what is your vision for my children? I will sit and listen for 20 minutes for you to tell me what it is. He will leave your house because he has no interest in your children's children. His concern is to stay in power, to keep the position, to win the next election. This is why they cannot lead. When you are going to have a conversation with a politician, you should actually try this as a test. You, by the way, as a citizen of a community, you have a right to be seen by the mayor. Hope you know that. If you voted for a mayor, the mayor works for you. Therefore, you have a right to see him. You can make an appointment to see any public officer you voted for. Did you know that? That's your legal right. If he don't want to see you, you can take him to court. That's democracy. So I want you to make an appointment to go and see your mayor or go and see your governor and just sit and say, I want 30 minutes with you, sir. And ask him about that list right there. Sir, what is your purpose for being in leadership in this city? What is your purpose? The first question will make him very nervous. Second question, what is your passion for our community? He'll be wondering what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I just want to build roads and bridges and provide jobs. No. What is your passion? And this is why we need to question the leaders we have. And so I have a little thought here. I call it politics versus leadership. Let's talk about it for a second. Number one, politicians focus on programs, not vision. Number two, politicians' priority is securing the next election, not securing the next generation. Their focus is different. Number three, politicians are preoccupied with promises, not purpose. What we need